Have you ever wondered why everything, from the tiniest atom to the grandest galaxy, is spinning? It's a strange thing to think about, isn't it? Everywhere you look, everything turns. Planets glide around stars. Stars swirl inside galaxies. Galaxies drift and twist through the dark like glowing whirlpools. Even deep inside your body, particles spin and spiral, so small, yet so certain in their motion. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, follows that same gentle rhythm. The universe never stands still. And yet, in the quiet of the night, when the world softens and thoughts slow down, we can almost feel it, that endless motion beneath the silence. The turning of the earth, the drifting of the stars, the hum of time itself. Why does everything spin? Why not drift in straight lines, or stay still, like a painting hung in space? Why does motion seem so beautifully circular? Tonight, we'll explore that question together. We'll travel back through time, far beyond stars, beyond dust, beyond the first whisper of existence, and we'll follow the thread of motion itself. Because maybe, just maybe, spinning is more than a law of physics. Maybe it's the heartbeat of the universe. Before there was you, before there was earth, before even light, there was stillness. Not the kind of quiet you know, not the soft pause before sleep or the hush before dawn. This was deeper. A silence without sound, without color, without time. A stillness so complete, it could barely be called nothing. And then, something shifted. The universe took its first breath. No one knows what caused it, not truly. But from that stillness came motion. A flash, a ripple, a surge of energy that became everything. Stars, atoms, time itself. And hidden inside that first explosion was spin. A slow, swirling twist that echoed through every fragment of creation. That motion never stopped. It spread through the dust that became stars, through the gas that became galaxies, through the light that now travels endlessly across the dark. If you could see the universe from far, far away, it wouldn't look chaotic. It would look like a dance, billions of steps in perfect, endless rhythm. Scientists call it angular momentum. Mystics call it the dance of being. But both are talking about the same thing. The way existence moves in circles, never lost, never still, always becoming. The truth is, everything spins because everything remembers. The universe remembers that first motion, that first exhale of creation. Every atom, every storm, every orbit carries a trace of it, like a song passed from one generation to the next. When a star is born, it turns faster and faster as it gathers itself together. A dancer pulling in her arms to keep her balance. When planets form, they carry that motion forward, spinning, circling, inheriting the rhythm of their star. And when you turn your gaze to the sky, watching the moon drift above the horizon, you're watching that same ancient spin still unfolding. It's all connected, the great and the small, the near and the infinite. For thousands of years, we've looked at the heavens and tried to make sense of this motion. The ancient Greeks imagined crystal spheres, each one turning another. A cosmic music only the soul could hear. Persian astronomers drew perfect circles across parchment, tracing the slow paths of wandering stars. And Sufi mystics spun beneath the night sky, their robes flowing like galaxies, believing that by turning, they could touch the still point of the divine. Even now, scientists stand at telescopes, searching for the same answer. Why does the universe move this way? Why circles? Why not stillness? And the deeper they look, the clearer it becomes. Motion is not chaos. It is balance. It is harmony written into the fabric of reality. The universe turns, not because it must, but because it can. Because in turning, it finds form. In motion, it finds meaning. Without spin, the stars would never have formed. Without motion, matter itself would never have gathered, never have cooled, never have created the conditions for life to begin. Everything you know, everything you are, was born from the dance of motion. You are made of particles that spin. You live on a planet that turns. You drift through space, held by gravity, carried by the momentum of creation itself. Every blink, every breath, every beat of your heart is part of the same rhythm. It's not separate, it's one story, written across the scales of existence. From the spiral arms of galaxies to the spirals in your DNA. The pattern repeats. The same quiet symmetry, the same song, the same movement. And maybe that's why we find circles so comforting. The moon, the sun, the cycle of seasons, even the ring of a friend's eyes in the dark, all remind us that life moves in loops. That endings lead to beginnings. That motion never truly ends, it simply changes form. So, as we begin this journey, through spinning worlds, swirling stars, and the deep hum of time, take a slow breath. Feel your chest rise and fall. That motion, simple as it seems, connects you to everything that's ever moved. The atoms in your breath once danced inside stars. The particles in your blood once spun through ancient galaxies. You are made of the same movement that has circled the cosmos for billions of years. You are not separate from the universe. You are its continuation. Before we dive deeper, remember this. Motion isn't the opposite of peace. It is peace in motion. Even the most furious storm holds calm at its center. Even the wildest galaxy has a still point, a quiet heart around which everything turns. And maybe the same is true for us. In all our spinning thoughts and restless lives, there's a center, small, silent, steady, the still point within the turning world. That's where we'll be heading tonight. Toward understanding that motion and stillness are not enemies, but partners, two sides of the same eternal rhythm. The universe spins because that's how creation breathes. Each turn is an echo of the first, a whisper from the beginning. From galaxies to atoms, from the flow of oceans to the beat of your heart, everything moves in circles because motion itself is the memory of existence. And as you drift deeper into this story, remember, the universe isn't something out there. It's within you, spinning, always. Before there was light, there was stillness. And from that stillness came the dance that never ends. Have you ever watched sunlight fall through a quiet room and seen tiny specks of dust floating, twisting, and turning, as if they're alive? Each one moves with its own rhythm, circling, falling, rising again with the breath of the air. It seems random, but if you watch long enough, you begin to sense a kind of order, a hidden dance beneath the stillness. Tonight, we start there, with a single speck of dust. Imagine it, a small, weightless grain drifting through a shaft of golden light. To us, it's nothing. But to that particle, the air itself is an ocean, and every swirl, every ripple moves it in slow spirals. It spins, not because it wants to, but because everything around it does. The air spins. The earth turns. The very atoms within it are spinning too, endlessly, silently. You see, motion isn't something that happens in the universe. Motion is the universe. Billions of years ago, before there were suns, before there were galaxies, before even the simplest atom, there was motion. The universe began not with stillness, but with expansion, a great surge outward, scattering everything that ever was and ever will be into a sea of energy. From that moment, everything began to turn. The first clouds of matter, vast, cold, and dark, began to drift through the newborn cosmos. They looked still, but even they were slowly moving, pulled by invisible threads of gravity. Tiny irregularities caused them to twist. A small imbalance here, a nudge there, and the cloud began to spin. Over millions of years, that soft rotation grew tighter, faster, gathering dust and gas toward its glowing center. That was how the first stars were born. From spinning clouds came spinning suns. Around them, smaller clouds flattened into swirling disks, birthing planets, each one inheriting a piece of that ancient spin. Our Earth, too, was born turning, not by chance, but because everything that created it was already in motion. Even now, we spin through space at over 1,600 kilometers an hour, and yet we feel nothing. Because motion, for us, is home. When you look at the night sky, every point of light you see is spinning. Every star, every planet, every moon. Even black holes, those quiet monsters of gravity, are spinning faster than anything we can imagine. The universe doesn't sit still. It cannot. Stillness, true stillness, doesn't exist anywhere. And yet, there's something deeply soothing about that thought, because it means that even in the silence of space, even in what we think of as emptiness, there is rhythm, there is pattern. The same way the ocean moves beneath a calm surface, the universe is always in motion beneath the veil of darkness. Think again of that dust in the sunlight. It's not just a random particle floating for no reason. It's part of a lineage, from the first stars to the birth of our planet. That dust is ancient. It was once part of a star's heart, born in the spinning chaos of a cosmic storm, carried across light years, and now it drifts before your eyes. Maybe it lands softly on your skin, or on a book nearby. You brush it away without a thought. But in that dust is the memory of the universe's first rotation, a whisper of the beginning of all things. The same spinning you see in galaxies, you can find in the tiniest parts of existence. Inside that dust particle are atoms, little worlds of their own, with electrons endlessly circling a nucleus. They never stop. They never rest. Even when everything seems quiet, at the smallest scale, there is constant movement. In the 20th century, when scientists began to explore the world of the very small, they found that even particles that should be still never truly are. Quantum fields shimmer and vibrate, even in total darkness. In physics, they call this zero-point energy. It means that the vacuum of space, the nothingness, is alive with motion. That's right, the silence between the stars is not empty. It hums. Everywhere, everything is in gentle motion, from the smallest electron to the largest galaxy cluster. And if you step back far enough, it all looks like a grand, infinite waltz. Sometimes, when we feel still, when we lie in bed, eyes closed, breathing softly, we forget that we're riding a spinning world. We forget that our planet is rotating through space, that our solar system is orbiting a star, and that our star is dancing within the Milky Way's spiral arms, which themselves are turning slowly around a supermassive black hole. We are never still. We are passengers in an eternal dance we cannot see. And yet, that's what makes existence so peaceful. Because we don't need to move, the universe is moving for us. We are part of something vast and continuous, and even when we rest, the cosmos keeps turning, carrying us with it through endless night. That is why everything spins. Not because it must, but because spin is the natural expression of balance. Every motion creates a counter-motion. Every push births a pull. Rotation is how the universe holds itself together, how it keeps energy flowing, how it weaves the chaos into something beautifully ordered. What began as a spark in the first moment of time became a cosmic rhythm, one that continues in every grain of dust, every drop of water, every heartbeat. So when you next watch sunlight through your window and see the dust swirl and dance, remember, it's not random. It's a memory, a gentle echo of the very first movement, the moment when everything began to spin. And perhaps, in that tiny dance of dust, the universe is reminding you of something simple and eternal. That you, too, are part of the great turning. That even in your stillness, you are moving with everything that ever was, and everything that will be. Before there were stars, before light had touched the void, there was a moment so brief it cannot be measured, and yet, it contained everything that ever would be. Have you ever imagined what that moment might have felt like? A silence so complete that it almost hummed. In the beginning, there was no shape, no sound, no movement, only potential. Then, something shifted. No one knows why or how. Some call it the Big Bang, but the name is misleading. It wasn't a bang. It wasn't an explosion in space. It was the birth of space itself. In that instant, everything expanded, from smaller than a grain of sand to larger than the universe we can see today. Time began. The laws of nature unfolded like petals of a cosmic flower. And in that unimaginable rush, something curious happened: rotation. Even the tiniest irregularities in that first explosion, minute ripples of density, little folds of space, caused swirls to appear. The universe did not stretch perfectly. It twisted. It spun. From the beginning, motion was not linear. It curved. It danced. The first atoms, hydrogen and helium, formed from pure energy. They floated freely through the expanding space, gently drawn toward each other by gravity, by the faintest attraction. Over millions of years, those tiny gatherings of matter grew into clouds, and those clouds began to turn. Picture it, vast oceans of gas, cold and silent, stretching for light years. Slowly, they start to swirl, pulled by their own invisible weight. A spiral begins. The more they turn, the tighter they grow. Deep in the heart of each spinning cloud, gravity compresses matter until pressure and heat rise beyond imagining. And then, light. The first star ignites. The darkness that had ruled for billions of years shatters. The first dawn in the universe begins. The light of those first stars traveled outward, illuminating the clouds that birthed them, revealing their elegant spirals. Cosmic storms caught mid-turn. For the first time, motion could be seen. The universe had learned to spin light itself. But the story of that spin didn't stop with stars. Around each newborn sun, the leftover dust and gas began to flatten into disks, wide, thin spirals circling the glowing core. In those disks, particles collided, stuck together, and grew into stones, then worlds. Every planet, every moon, every comet began its life in that swirl. Each inherited its parent star's momentum, like dancers continuing a motion long after the music starts. That's why our Earth spins, why the moon circles us, and why even the smallest asteroid turns endlessly through the void. It's as if the universe could never forget its first movement. If you could step outside of time and watch the universe's history unfold, you'd see the same pattern repeating, over and over, in endless forms. Stars spiral into galaxies. Galaxies twirl into clusters. Clusters drift in a cosmic web, each thread curling, each knot spinning. From the largest to the smallest, everything follows this rhythm. The universe does not march forward. It turns. Even space itself, according to some physicists, might possess a faint spin, like the slow rotation of a vast invisible ocean. Time, too, could be circular, wrapping back upon itself in ways we can only imagine. There's something deeply comforting in that thought, isn't there? That the beginning wasn't chaos, but dance. That the same spin that shaped galaxies also shapes your blood as it flows, your lungs as they breathe, your atoms as they hum. You are made of that first movement. The spin that began before stars were born has never stopped. It simply changed form. It lives inside you. When you turn your head, when you stretch your hand, when your heart beats, you continue the oldest rhythm in existence. You are a piece of that original spiral, a small echo of the first spin of creation. So the universe did not begin with a sound, nor a flash, but with motion, the quiet curve of energy unfolding itself into being. That curve became light. That light became stars. Those stars became worlds. And one of those worlds became you. We often ask, why does everything spin? But perhaps the better question is, how could it not? Because motion is not what the universe does. Motion is what the universe is. So as you drift to sleep tonight, remember, your world turns not just through space, but through time. The stars above you are the children of the first rotation, and every breath you take continues a story that began before memory itself. The universe is still spinning, and you are part of its dance. Out of the ashes of ancient clouds, the first lights of the universe began to glow, soft, golden, and trembling. But these newborn suns were not alone. They gathered, pulled by an invisible thread, moving together as if answering some ancient rhythm. Have you ever wondered why stars form not as scattered lights, but as graceful spirals drifting through the dark? When we look at the night sky, we see stars scattered across a black ocean. But if you could step far enough away, far beyond the dust of our own galaxy, you would see that they are not random at all. They are organized into vast, whirling cities of light, each one spinning in silence. These are galaxies, and their motion is one of the oldest dances in existence. Billions of years ago, when the universe was still young, vast clouds of gas began to gather under the pull of gravity. Each cloud, enormous beyond imagination, started to twist. The reason was simple, yet profound. Just as a figure skater spins faster when drawing her arms in, these cosmic clouds spun faster as they shrank. What began as a faint turn became a majestic rotation, slow but unstoppable. Inside these colossal spirals, stars were born by the millions. Each one ignited like a spark within the swirling fog. The more stars that formed, the more their gravity reinforced the shape of the galaxy, a balance between attraction and momentum. The universe had created something stable, something enduring. Rotation became the architecture of harmony. Imagine floating in that quiet darkness, watching a galaxy turn. Its spiral arms sweep gracefully through space, light years long, filled with suns and worlds. The motion is so vast, so patient, that one complete turn could take hundreds of millions of years. Yet the shape endures. The galaxy does not dissolve into chaos. It holds its form like a dancer keeping perfect poise through eternity. And within each of those stars, more stories begin. Around many of them, dust and rock form new spirals, planetary systems, miniature echoes of their host galaxy. The same law repeats itself. like a note played in every octave. The small mirrors the great. If you could listen to the motion of these galaxies, what sound would they make? Perhaps a low hum, a cosmic heartbeat. Scientists say galaxies move not in isolation, but as part of an even greater pattern. They form clusters, superclusters, threads of light woven into a web that spans the cosmos. Each node in this web spins, connected to the next by invisible filaments of gravity. The universe, in its entirety, resembles a living organism, cells of galaxies connected through delicate, unseen veins. When one moves, others respond. Nothing turns alone. Everything is part of something larger, endlessly spinning in unison. There is a kind of poetry in that thought. The stars, though separated by unimaginable distances, move as one body. Their paths are determined by ancient laws, yet their arrangement is beautiful, a testament that order can exist even within infinity. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, is one of those whirling wonders. It stretches across space like a silver river, its light bending softly through the void. We are inside one of its arms, drifting quietly, unnoticed, as the galaxy turns around a dark heart. At the center of our galaxy lies something mysterious, a supermassive black hole. It is invisible, yet it shapes everything around it. Stars race around this core at incredible speeds, kept in orbit by its immense gravity. But even this darkness spins. The heart of our galaxy is not still. It too turns, pulling time and space along with it. And so, from the smallest particle to the grandest galaxy, the same pattern persists. Motion upon motion, a harmony of endless cycles. It is as if the universe cannot help but dance. Think of it this way: the galaxy's motion is like a breath. It inhales as stars are born, exhales as they die. Every revolution, every swirl of stardust, is part of a rhythm that has existed since the dawn of everything. And you, sitting beneath the same stars, are breathing in time with it. Your chest rises and falls with the same quiet rhythm that turns galaxies. You are, quite literally, in sync with the cosmos. The Milky Way spins once every 200 million years. That means, since the dinosaurs walked the Earth, our entire world has completed only a single revolution around the galactic center. And still it turns, unhurried, unbroken. Sometimes, when you look at the stars, they seem so still, twinkling in the same place night after night. But stillness is an illusion. Everything is moving, always. The stars drift, the galaxies rotate, and even the space between them stretches. The entire cosmos is alive with motion. So when we say that the stars are whirling, it isn't just a description of physics. It's a kind of truth that hums through everything. Motion is the language of existence. The spin of galaxies is the handwriting of time itself, tracing spirals that will outlast us all. Somewhere, deep in that vastness, light is still being born. New stars are igniting in faraway arms, new worlds forming around them, each one carrying the inheritance of that first spin, the same that began at the dawn of creation. And as you drift into rest, remember, the stars you see tonight are not fixed points. They are dancers in an ancient waltz, partners in a motion too slow for the eye, but eternal to the soul. The universe has never stopped spinning. It has simply learned how to dance in silence. Around each newborn star, another rhythm began to play. The galaxies spun in their grand, celestial symphony, but within them, smaller dances unfolded. Circling lights began to take shape, tracing paths of devotion around their radiant parent. These were the first planets, children born of dust, gravity, and motion, and together they began the quiet waltz that would one day cradle life itself. Imagine a young star, fresh from its birth in a swirling cloud of gas and fire. Around it, a thin mist of dust drifts in gentle spirals, glowing faintly in the star's warmth. Every particle, every grain smaller than a whisper, begins to turn. They collide softly, stick together, and grow. Pebbles become rocks, rocks become mountains, and mountains merge into worlds. This is the birthplace of planets, not in sudden explosions, but in patience and rhythm. Everything moves slowly, gracefully, like a lullaby sung over billions of years. The leftover material from the star's creation forms what scientists call a protoplanetary disk, a vast, flat sea of dust and gas encircling the newborn sun. Gravity gathers this dust, and as it does, the whole disk begins to spin faster. Within it, tiny whirlpools form, little eddies where new worlds are sculpted. Each planet begins as a silent promise, a swirl of matter held together by the same invisible hand that shaped galaxies. Some of these worlds grow close to their star, basking in warmth. Others drift farther out, where the light fades into blue coldness. But all of them, every one, inherits the same spin, the ancient rhythm of motion born at the dawn of the universe. If you could watch this from afar, you would see a family forming, the star at the center, surrounded by children, each turning at its own pace, following invisible lines of gravity. They move in harmony, never colliding, each keeping its distance as if knowing its place in the cosmic dance. It is no accident that the planets circle rather than fall. Their motion, their spinning and orbiting, is what keeps them alive. Without their delicate balance, they would drift into the sun or vanish into the void. Spin is not just movement, it is the language of survival. And so, the solar systems of the universe took shape, billions of tiny orchestras playing the same eternal song. Think of our solar system, the one we call home. At its center burns the sun, the great conductor of our cosmic waltz. Around it, each planet moves to its own rhythm. Mercury races ahead like a dancer in fast motion. Venus glides more slowly, wrapped in golden clouds. Earth, our gentle blue world, spins and circles in perfect time to the music of light. Mars follows, silent and red, its thin air carrying only the faint echo of the song. Farther out, the giants, Jupiter and Saturn, move with slow grandeur, their swirling storms echoing the spins of galaxies themselves. Beyond them, Uranus and Neptune drift like quiet watchers, keeping the edges of the orchestra steady. Every one of them spins upon its own axis too, a dance within a dance. The same rule repeats itself, from the tiniest moon to the largest planet. Motion upon motion. Circles within circles. If you could stand on the edge of the solar system and watch it turn, it would look like a cosmic mobile. Planets gliding through the dark, each one reflecting sunlight, each one carrying its own tempo. And all of it centered on one glowing star, whose gravity holds them in perfect harmony. This is not chaos. It is order disguised as motion. The universe does not stumble or rush, it moves with purpose. The planets orbit in silence, following the same ancient rule that guided the stars. Every revolution, every turn, is a note in an endless melody, slow, steady, beautiful. And on one of those worlds, life began to stir. A small blue sphere found just the right rhythm, spinning at the right pace, tilted just enough to make seasons, balanced perfectly to create dawn and dusk. From that rotation came rhythm, from rhythm came time, and from time came us. When you look up at the night sky, the planets seem like tiny, motionless dots. But even as you gaze, they are moving, each tracing its eternal circle around the sun. You may not see their dance, but you are part of it. You live within it. Every second that passes, Earth moves thousands of kilometers along its orbit. The ground beneath your feet turns gently eastward, bringing day from night and night from day. You are, in every moment, spinning and circling through space, part of a motion older than time itself. The planet's waltz is not just a story of astronomy. It's a story of inheritance. From the first swirling galaxies came the stars. From the stars came the planets. And from one of those planets came you. The same spin that moves Jupiter's storms also spins the electrons in your blood. The same force that shapes Saturn's rings shapes the rhythm of your heart. Everything is connected through this turning. Every orbit, every spin, every breath. And so, the planets continue their silent waltz, a slow, endless circle around their sun. They never rest, but they never hurry. They move with a grace so perfect, it can only be felt, not heard. Above you tonight, those same worlds glide unseen through the dark, keeping the rhythm alive. The music of motion continues, calm, patient, eternal. The planets still dance, and somewhere, far beyond the edge of the light, the universe listens. And one tiny world began to spin just right. It was not the largest, nor the brightest, but Earth had a rhythm all its own, a gentle, constant turning that would shape the heartbeat of life itself. Have you ever felt the steady passage of time, the soft progression from night to day, without noticing the quiet waltz of the planet beneath your feet? Tonight, we pause to watch that slow, silent dance. Long ago, when the solar system was still young, Earth was a turbulent place. It was molten, restless, and fiery, a newborn spinning in the dark. Its early days were violent, full of impacts from wandering rocks and drifting ice. Yet, even amidst chaos, a rhythm persisted. Slowly, gently, the Earth settled into its rotation, finding a pace that would endure for billions of years. This spin is subtle but powerful. It determines day and night, the rise and fall of the sun across the sky. It guides the oceans in their endless tides. It shapes the winds and whispers through the trees. Everything on Earth, from the smallest insect to the tallest mountain, is touched by this constant turning. Picture the planet from space. It rotates eastward, completing a full circle every 24 hours. From the perspective of the stars, it moves steadily, like a dancer gliding on an invisible stage. But for those of us standing on its surface, the motion feels imperceptible. We experience the world as still, yet we are moving faster than a jet plane, carried along in an eternal, silent rhythm. The Earth's tilt adds another layer to the dance. At 23.5 degrees, it leans gracefully as it spins, creating seasons. Summer warms the lands, winter chills the nights. Spring and autumn weave the in-between, a soft transition that balances warmth and cold. Every leaf turning, every snowflake drifting, every breeze caressing the skin, all of it is orchestrated by the planet's steady tilt and turn. If you stand outside at dawn, notice how the sun lifts slowly, brushing the horizon with gold. That is Earth turning, moving you from night into day without a sound. When the sun sets in the evening, painting the sky with pinks and purples, that is also motion, the planet quietly spinning you back into night. Every sunrise is the Earth's heartbeat, a gentle pulse that continues without pause. Even the oceans feel this rhythm. The tides rise and fall, not randomly, but in harmony with the moon's pull and Earth's spin. Waves lap against the shore in a dance choreographed over billions of years, guided by gravity and motion. Rivers and streams follow the land, shaped in their courses by the planet's rotation, while winds spiral softly through valleys, deserts, and plains. Life itself adapts to this slow turning, sleeping, waking, flowering, and migrating in time with the spin of the world. And beneath our feet, the Earth's molten core also turns. Deep inside, liquid iron spins around a solid center, generating a magnetic field that protects the planet and guides wandering birds, migrating whales, and even the compasses of human explorers. Spin, at every level, keeps the planet alive. From core to crust, from ocean to atmosphere, Earth moves in one continuous, silent circle. Imagine lying on your back in the grass, eyes closed. You feel still, suspended in the quiet night. Yet beneath you, the Earth is turning, carrying you along through space, around the sun, around the galaxy, along a path traced millions of years before you were born. Every heartbeat, every breath, every dream happens while moving through a motion older than history itself. Our ancestors may have gazed at the skies and thought the world was still, imagining that the sun rose and fell like a golden chariot across a stationary earth. But in truth, all things are moving. Everything spins. And the steadiness of Earth's turn is what allows life to flourish, to measure time, and to sense rhythm, a gentle metronome that never stops. Think of time not as a line, but as a circle. One rotation leads to the next, and the next, each day folding into the other like waves upon the shore. As the Earth spins, clouds drift lazily across the sky, shadows stretch and shrink, and light slides softly across hills, rivers, and cities. Seasons repeat, and life moves within the rhythm. Everything participates, often without realizing, in this ancient cosmic waltz. Even we, as humans, carry the echo of this spin inside our bodies. Our hearts beat in a circle of blood, our lungs rise and fall in a measured rhythm, our neurons pulse with electrical currents that spin in endless loops. The Earth teaches us movement, stability, and the quiet power of persistence. So, the next time you watch a sunrise or listen to the steady waves of the ocean, remember, it is all a result of the Earth's slow turn. Our world spins not hurriedly, not chaotically, but with gentle purpose. Motion is not just a property of planets and stars, it is life itself. Every dawn you witness, every night you rest, every season that passes, is a gift from a world that found its rhythm long before you arrived. You are alive because the Earth moves. You feel time because it rotates. Your very existence is a product of the quiet, patient spin of our tiny, blue planet. And perhaps, as you lie under the night sky, you can feel it, not as a thought, but as a gentle vibration in your body. You are moving with Earth, turning in harmony with the planet's heartbeat, a participant in a cosmic waltz that began billions of years ago and will continue long after our stories are told. The Earth spins, and in its motion, it cradles life, measures time, and reminds us that even the quietest, smallest turning is part of a vast, beautiful rhythm. In every sunrise, in every ocean tide, in every breath, the Earth is turning. And so are we, gently, eternally, in sync with the universe's oldest dance. But not everything spins freely. Some celestial dancers move in silence, in perfect synchronization with another. Have you ever noticed how the moon always shows the same face to us? Tonight, we journey to that quiet companionship, the delicate, timeless embrace between Earth and its closest partner in the night sky. From our vantage on Earth, the moon appears serene, almost motionless, hovering like a silver lantern against the velvet sky. Yet its story is one of gentle motion and subtle surrender. Long ago, shortly after Earth itself had begun to spin steadily, a young moon was born, likely from a colossal collision that sent fragments into orbit. This newborn satellite was chaotic, tumbling through space, its rotation uneven and unpredictable. Over millions of years, something extraordinary happened. Gravity, that invisible hand, began a quiet conversation between Earth and Moon. Each tug, each pull, was gentle but persistent. Earth's gravity whispered to the Moon, slowing its spin ever so slightly. And in response, the Moon's own gravity nudged our tides, ever so subtly, adjusting the rhythm of oceans and atmosphere. This delicate balance is called tidal locking. Eventually, the Moon's spin slowed to match its orbit around Earth. One complete turn, one complete revolution, always synchronized. The result, the same face of the Moon forever greets us from the night sky. It's as if the two bodies are holding hands in silence, moving together in a cosmic waltz that has lasted billions of years. Imagine floating just above Earth, drifting slowly through space. Beneath you, the planet spins with calm certainty, and nearby, the Moon glides alongside, neither ahead nor behind, but perfectly in step. Each pull of gravity is gentle, yet unyielding. Their motion is a subtle, intimate conversation, a rhythm too slow for us to notice in a single night, yet eternal on the scale of cosmic time. The tides of Earth respond in kind. Oceans swell and recede in harmony with the Moon's orbit, a quiet heartbeat felt along every shore. The waves trace a pattern older than history itself, rising and falling in obedience to this gentle gravitational dance. Life adapted to this rhythm. Creatures rise and rest with the tides, plants sense subtle cycles, and humans, in turn, have always been drawn to the Moon's changing face, inspired by its glow, its calm constancy, its quiet guidance. If the Moon seems still, it is only an illusion. In reality, it is a partner in a perpetual waltz, turning, circling, and subtly shaping the world it orbits. Their dance is slow, measured, unhurried, yet the effects are profound. The Moon's pull has even helped stabilize Earth's tilt, ensuring our seasons continue in balance, that life has a steady rhythm to follow. Picture the early Earth under a sky lit by this new companion. The Moon, massive and close, would have appeared 3 times larger than it does today. Its motion, initially erratic, gradually became graceful. Craters formed, lava cooled, oceans swelled, all influenced by the Moon's quiet rotation and synchronized orbit. It was a story written in silence, told through motion, and felt by every living thing below. The Moon does not race, nor does it boast. It is a partner in patience. It turns in step with the Earth, always facing us, yet always moving. Their relationship is a lesson in restraint and harmony. Like dancers holding hands in a slow waltz, they move together with elegance and trust. No sudden leaps, no hurried gestures, only the soft, enduring circle of companionship. We often look at the Moon and imagine freedom, floating untethered through space. Yet here, its freedom is measured by love and gravity, its spin tempered by connection. In doing so, it reminds us that even in stillness, there is motion, and in gentle restraint, there is beauty. Think of how the Moon has guided humanity. Farmers have planted by its phases, travelers have navigated using its light, and poets have written verse inspired by its calm, luminous face. Even our emotional rhythms, awe, wonder, longing, are tuned, in small ways, to this cosmic waltz. Its constancy provides comfort, a quiet signal that even in the vast, spinning universe, there is order and connection. The Moon's locked face is also a reminder of time's patience. What seems permanent and still is actually the result of millions of years of movement, negotiation, and balance. Its calm exterior hides an ancient story of motion, the triumph of quiet synchronization over chaos. Every planet has moons, many with their own delicate dances. Some spin freely, some lock in time, some tumble in chaotic arcs. But the Earth-Moon pair is a perfect example of the universe's way of teaching harmony. In their movements, one sees both individuality and connection, freedom and cooperation, motion and stillness. And so, as you lie beneath the moon tonight, watching its gentle glow, remember that what appears fixed is actually alive with rhythm. The moon spins, the earth spins, and together they create a slow, eternal cycle, a quiet lullaby for the oceans, the land, and every dreamer gazing upward. The moon's quiet lock is more than an astronomical phenomenon. It is a cosmic embrace, a lesson in patience, and a symbol of harmony. Motion does not always mean rushing. Spin does not always mean chaos. Sometimes, the most profound movements are the slowest, the most deliberate, the most synchronized. The next time you watch the moon rise, consider its silent dance. It turns, it orbits, it gently tugs on our world, shaping tides, time, and rhythm. And though we may feel still beneath it, we are participants in this ancient waltz, carried along by forces older than memory itself. Everything in the universe spins. And sometimes, the most beautiful spins are the ones that move together in quiet companionship. If you could shrink smaller than dust, smaller than the finest grain of sand, smaller than even a single drop of water, you would discover a hidden world of motion. Even in the tiniest corners of existence, spin is everywhere, quiet, invisible, yet endlessly alive. Have you ever wondered how the same rhythm that turns galaxies might also dwell inside the very atoms that make up your body? Tonight, we drift into that invisible dance. Imagine a universe so small that our eyes cannot see it, so delicate that a single breath of air would sweep it away. This is the realm of atoms, the building blocks of everything around us. And within each atom, there is motion. Electrons circle, not like planets around a sun, but in a more mysterious way, a kind of spinning that is intrinsic, a property physicists call spin. It is a motion that cannot be seen, yet it shapes reality in ways both subtle and profound. Spin at this scale is not just rotation in the usual sense. Electrons do not orbit in neat paths, but they do possess angular momentum, a kind of rotational identity. Even neutrons and protons, inside the nucleus, carry their own spins, tiny rotations that influence magnetic fields, chemistry, and the very structure of matter. Every atom in your body has its own invisible whirl, a miniature echo of the spinning stars above. Think of it this way. Just as a galaxy's rotation guides billions of stars in silent choreography, atomic spin guides particles within the heart of matter. The rules are different, the scale unimaginable, but the pattern is the same. Circles within circles. Motion within motion. Harmony within seeming chaos. Picture a single drop of water in your hand. Within that drop, countless hydrogen and oxygen atoms spin and whirl, their motion imperceptible to you, yet essential to the liquid's very nature. Spin determines how molecules bond, how they vibrate, how they respond to energy. In each breath you take, trillions of atoms move, rotate, and interact, a hidden ballet that sustains life. Even your own body is alive with these whirls. Electrons orbit around nuclei, atoms bond into molecules, molecules fold into proteins, and proteins assemble into cells. Your heartbeat, your nerves firing, your muscles flexing, all are built upon the rhythm of invisible spins. The dance of life begins in the unseen motion of the tiniest components of matter. What is remarkable is how the same principle seems to echo across the scales of the universe. From the vast spiral of a galaxy to the tiny spin of an electron, motion repeats itself in patterns that speak to a universal rhythm. Nature loves circles, loves rotation, loves continuity. The same mathematics that governs a planet's orbit also underlies the behavior of the smallest particle. It is a humbling thought. The stars above and the atoms within are participants in the same symphony of motion. You are connected to the universe not only through the elements you are made of, but through the eternal, spinning rhythm that courses through them. Imagine holding a tiny snow globe in your hands. Inside, a miniature world swirls gently as you tilt it. Now imagine that each particle of snow is itself composed of whirling atoms, each moving according to its own invisible rules. The globe mirrors the universe, and the universe mirrors the globe. Motion is everywhere, persistent, eternal, and unseen. Even phenomena that feel abstract, magnetism, electricity, chemical reactions, are shaped by spin. The alignment of electrons, their rotations, creates magnetic fields. The flow of electrons produces current, powering lights, computers, and machines. Without the invisible spin of atoms, the universe would be still, silent, and lifeless. Spin is the heartbeat of matter, the silent rhythm that allows complexity to emerge. Look closer at your own hands. They are composed of trillions of atoms, each spinning in its own imperceptible orbit. The warmth you feel, the sensation of touch, the thoughts forming in your mind, all are the result of these hidden motions. You are a galaxy unto yourself, a universe made tangible. Each motion resonates subtly with the greater cosmos, linking your existence to the movements of planets, stars, and galaxies. And just as the Earth inherited its rotation from the swirling disk of dust around the Sun, and the Sun inherited its spin from the birth of the galaxy, so too do your atoms carry motion from the very beginning of the universe. Every particle that makes up you was once part of a star, a cloud, or the primal dust of creation. The spin you carry has traveled across time and space to become part of your being. When you sit quietly, perhaps under the night sky, remember this: everything you see is spinning, and everything you cannot see is spinning too. The world of atoms is alive with motion, invisible yet essential. The patterns repeat, circles within circles, spirals within spirals, motion within motion, all dancing to the same cosmic rhythm. You are both observer and participant. The stars and planets spin above, the Earth spins beneath, and the atoms within you spin alongside. Every movement, from the tiniest electron to the largest galaxy, is a note in the universe's endless melody. So the next time you ponder the vastness of space, remember the tiny worlds within. Spin is universal, uniting the immense and the infinitesimal. The galaxies above and the atoms within are bound by the same rhythm, a gentle reminder that the universe is continuous, harmonious, and alive in every scale. From galaxies to electrons, from oceans to the air you breathe, motion connects all things. The invisible whirls within your body echo the spinning of the stars, the orbits of planets, and the rotations of galaxies. You are part of the dance, a living participant in a cosmic rhythm that began with the first breath of motion and continues, silently, to this very moment. And as you drift to rest, allow yourself to feel this gentle truth: the universe spins in you, around you, and through you. You are motion and stillness, part of the eternal dance. Spin does not stop at space. It reaches into time itself. Have you ever imagined that the gentle turning of stars and planets might stretch and twist the very fabric of reality? Tonight, we drift into the subtle, unseen ballet where motion and time entwine, and the universe reveals its quiet, bending rhythm. Picture a massive star, many times larger than our Sun, glowing softly in the void. Around it, planets, asteroids, and dust trace their familiar orbits. But here, motion is not limited to what we see. Space itself begins to feel the spin. According to Einstein's insight, mass and rotation do more than move objects. They twist the very continuum in which everything exists, space-time. Every object that spins drags the space around it, creating a slow, spiraling swirl. Astronomers call this phenomenon frame dragging. Imagine stirring honey with a spoon. The honey itself begins to swirl around the moving object. In a similar way, a spinning star or a massive planet subtly twists the space surrounding it. Time, tied intrinsically to space, bends along with the motion. Spin, it seems, has the power to influence the very flow of time. Now, consider black holes, those mysterious giants of gravity. When a black hole spins, the effect becomes extraordinary. Space near it is dragged around at dizzying speeds. Even light cannot escape the curvature, trapped in a silent whirlpool of time. Time itself slows for an object caught in the spin, and to an outside observer, seconds stretch into hours, minutes into years. The universe's most powerful spin does not just move matter, it shapes the experience of existence itself. If you could float near such a spinning black hole, you would feel a gentle tug, a subtle pull, not unlike being caught in a slow river current. The stars behind you would appear to twist and stretch, painted across the sky in distorted arcs. Your watch, if you had one, would tick differently than one left far from the spinning giant. Even in silence, the universe whispers of motion's influence over time, a lullaby of bending and stretching that speaks of continuity and order. And yet, spin does not only reside in the monstrous or extraordinary. Every rotating planet, every turning star, has a micro effect on its own corner of spacetime. The Earth itself drags the space around it very slightly. Satellites orbiting our planet experience this subtle twist, a testament to the quiet, persistent reach of motion. Even at human scales, the universe reminds us that time is not absolute. It flows in concert with the dance of mass and spin. Consider yourself lying beneath the night sky. You feel still, but all around you, the world moves. Earth spins. Stars rotate. Galaxies swirl. And hidden within this elegant choreography, time itself flows differently depending on the dance around you. The universe is alive, not only in motion but in rhythm, a heartbeat that bends time as it moves. There is a quiet intimacy in this. Time is not a rigid, unyielding line, but a flexible companion to motion. Spin shapes seconds and centuries, guiding the universe's story like a gentle conductor. In this sense, every orbit, every rotation, every spiral becomes part of a larger temporal melody, one that hums softly, imperceptibly, through the cosmos. Imagine a slow river flowing through a deep valley. You release a leaf into the current. It drifts, turning gently, twisting in eddies, following the river's curves. The water carries it, shapes its journey, alters its path without haste or force. Now imagine the river as spacetime itself, and every spin of a star, a planet, or even a subatomic particle as an unseen hand stirring the flow. The leaf is life, time, and experience, moving not independently but along the contours of a universe shaped by motion. Every rotation leaves a mark, however subtle. The spinning sun bends light just slightly as it curves spacetime. The moon's orbit nudges the rhythm of Earth. Even electrons and atomic nuclei, spinning in hidden corners, have a temporal influence on their surroundings, shaping the probabilities that govern quantum events. Spin and time are inseparable partners in a cosmic dance that stretches from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. We are intimately connected to this flow. The rotation of Earth determines our days and nights. The bending of spacetime by the Sun allows satellites to navigate accurately. Every heartbeat, every thought, occurs within the rhythm of motion that extends to time itself. When you watch the stars above, you are not observing a static sky. You are witnessing a living tapestry of space and time, shaped by spins that began billions of years ago and continue forever. This perspective invites calm and awe. There is no rush, no chaos, no arbitrary passage. Time moves with purpose, guided by motion, entwined with the cosmic waltz. Every second you experience is both ordinary and extraordinary, a reflection of universal rotation that shapes the very fabric of existence. So, the next time you gaze at the night sky, remember, spin reaches beyond matter. It touches the essence of time itself, bending, twisting, shaping, and guiding. Every rotation, from the smallest electron to the fastest spinning black hole, influences the flow of reality. Motion is not just movement, it is the rhythm of existence, the heartbeat of the cosmos, the silent conductor of seconds and centuries alike. You are part of this dance. You move with Earth, with the moon, with the stars. You drift through time shaped by spins you cannot see, yet feel in every heartbeat, every breath, every moment. The universe spins, and time spins with it, endlessly, gracefully, gently, eternally. The cosmos is not just in motion. Time itself is a waltz, guided by the spinning heart of the universe, and you, quietly, are part of it. But what happens when the dancers fall? When the stars, those radiant performers of the night sky, reach the end of their long, luminous lives, do they stop moving? Or does the rhythm continue, even in silence? Tonight, we watch as the final act unfolds, the spinning farewell of the stars. Stars are born from clouds of gas and dust, igniting into bright, burning spheres that light up the darkness. They spin, dance, and shine for millions or even billions of years. But like all things, their brilliance is not eternal. Eventually, a star exhausts its fuel, and the gentle spinning that once held it aloft begins to change. The rhythms shift, the pace quickens, and a new form of cosmic motion emerges. Consider a massive star, many times the size of our Sun. As its core collapses under the relentless pull of gravity, the outer layers may expand dramatically, creating a supernova, an explosion so powerful it can outshine entire galaxies for a brief moment. Yet even in this violent display, spin persists. The star's rotation, once measured in leisurely turns, now accelerates as the mass contracts. Angular momentum, the same principle that guided the first galaxies and planets, ensures that the motion cannot simply vanish. Picture the remnants of a dying star. The core shrinks to a neutron star, a city-sized sphere of unimaginable density. And here, the spin becomes astonishing. A single rotation can occur hundreds or even thousands of times per second. Imagine holding an entire city in your hand, spinning faster than a heartbeat. This is the universe's silent testimony to motion's persistence. In some cases, the star's collapse forms a black hole. There, the spinning mass drags spacetime around it in a perpetual whirlpool, twisting reality itself. Light bends, time stretches, and the echoes of rotation ripple across the void. Even in death, these celestial bodies carry motion forward, like a final, enduring lullaby of the cosmos. The spinning of dying stars also seeds the universe with new life. Material expelled during supernovae, enriched with heavier elements, drifts into space, forming clouds that will one day birth new stars, planets, and perhaps even life. The rotation continues in these newborn systems, a quiet legacy of motion passed from one generation to the next. Death does not mean stillness, it means transformation, continuity, and the persistence of rhythm. Think of the stars as dancers in an eternal performance. Even when the music changes, when the spotlight fades, when the stage collapses into shadow, the motion persists. The spin that began billions of years ago continues, reshaping matter, time, and energy. There is a beauty in this, a reminder that movement is not only life but memory, echoing across space and time. From the tiniest particle in the stellar remnants to the swirling black hole at the center, spin carries history forward. Each rotation tells a story of creation, endurance, and transformation. The universe remembers the dance of the stars, long after the visible glow has faded. In this way, death itself becomes a continuation of motion, an affirmation that energy never truly ceases, it simply changes form. Imagine lying on a quiet hill at night, looking up at the sky. The stars twinkle softly, some near, some impossibly far. Among them are ones that have already lived and died, yet their light, traveling across the cosmos, still reaches your eyes. The motion continues, unseen in its violent intensity, yet present in subtle rhythms. You are witnessing the legacy of cosmic spin, a silent ballet that stretches across billions of years. Even the universe's most extreme rotations have echoes in gentler realms. The spiral patterns of galaxies, the turning of planets, the subtle spin within atoms, all are reflections of these stellar finales. Motion, it seems, is eternal. Death does not halt it. It transforms it into new forms, new rhythms, new possibilities. Every night, when we see the stars glittering above, we are seeing the universe's memory. Each point of light carries a history of spin, energy, and transformation. Even after the stars themselves have collapsed, the motion continues, woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. The dance never ends, it only shifts its rhythm, its stage, and its form. And we, too, are part of this continuity. The elements in our bodies were forged in the hearts of stars that spun, lived, and died long before our planet existed. The iron in our blood, the calcium in our bones, the oxygen in our lungs, all are remnants of spinning stellar ancestors. Their motion flows through us, connecting our bodies to the eternal waltz of the universe. So, the next time you gaze at the night sky, remember, even in death, stars spin. Their final acts are not endings, but transformations. Motion is eternal, and spin is the language in which the cosmos tells its story. The universe never truly stops. It continues in every rotation, every orbit, every pulse of energy. In the quiet of night, allow yourself to feel this continuity. The stars may die, but their dance lives on, in galaxies, in atoms, in the air you breathe, and in the pulse of your own heart. Everything is motion, and everything is connected. The falling of one dancer becomes the rhythm of the next, a perpetual, gentle spin that carries the universe forward. Even when the brightest lights fade, the dance continues. And in that continuation, there is comfort, beauty, and a serene reminder. Motion is life, and life is motion. Spin, at its deepest level, is eternal. Why do galaxies spin like vast, cosmic pinwheels? Have you ever gazed at a photograph of a spiral galaxy and felt both wonder and calm, as if the universe itself were drawing gentle circles in the sky? Tonight, we drift among these magnificent spirals, exploring the hidden rhythm that binds billions of stars together. From our vantage on Earth, the night sky appears dotted with countless points of light, each a star, a sun, a distant fire burning silently. But zoom out, far beyond our solar system, and these points of light form patterns so elegant and vast that words barely suffice. Among the most striking are spiral galaxies, cosmic whirlpools where billions of stars trace graceful, swirling arms around a luminous center. Spiral galaxies are not static. Each star orbits the galaxy's center, tracing paths shaped by gravity, motion, and unseen forces. Yet, unlike planets in a solar system, the stars' orbits do not conform perfectly to Kepler's simple rules. Instead, they reveal something deeper, a hidden conductor choreographing the motion of billions of celestial dancers. This conductor is dark matter, an invisible, mysterious presence that neither shines nor absorbs light, yet exerts a gravitational pull strong enough to hold the galaxy together. Without it, the stars at the edges of a spiral would drift away into the void, leaving only a dim center behind. The galaxy's spiral, its beautiful whirls, depend on this quiet, unseen force. The spin we see is only part of a larger, hidden symphony. Imagine drifting slowly through the Milky Way. Beneath you, billions of stars twirl in their own orbits, tracing elegant arcs that curve inward toward the center, while the galaxy itself spins with quiet grace. The arms of the spiral are not random. They are waves of motion, ripples in the stellar sea. Each star participates in a gentle, coordinated ballet, held together by forces that are both visible and invisible. The spiral is both simple and complex. Its beauty comes from motion, the rotation of the galaxy around its core, the slight warps and tilts, the orbiting of stars within the arms. Yet it also comes from balance. Gravity, dark matter, and the angular momentum inherited from the galaxy's formation all combine to keep the structure intact. It is a delicate equilibrium, one that has persisted for billions of years, quietly orchestrating the dance of countless stars. If a single star were to stop moving, the effect might ripple outward, subtle but real. The galaxy's spiral depends on continuity, on the collective motion of its members. The pattern of the spiral is a cosmic memory, written in the motions of stars that have danced for eons. Each arm tells a story, of formation, of gravity, of forces that cannot be seen, but whose presence is felt in every gentle curve. And yet, the spiral is not only about physics. It is also about perspective. From our distant view, the galaxy's spin is graceful, slow, almost meditative. The stars, individually blazing, collectively form a rhythm that is mesmerizing. This rhythm mirrors smaller scales, planets spinning around stars, moons orbiting worlds, and even the invisible spins of atoms. Circles within circles, waves within waves, the same pattern repeats across the universe. Picture a calm whirlpool in a quiet pond. Leaves and droplets circle gently, each following its own path, yet responding to the unseen currents beneath. Now imagine a whirlpool so immense that it contains billions of points of light, each tracing its own path while contributing to the overall motion. That is a spiral galaxy. Its spin is not chaotic, it is harmonious, an expression of balance and timing that stretches across light years. The galaxy's center is a quiet anchor, often containing a supermassive black hole. Around it, the stars orbit in coordinated rotation, tracing graceful arcs that spiral outward. The black hole itself spins, influencing spacetime and adding subtle complexity to the galaxy's rhythm. And surrounding all of this is dark matter, silent, invisible, unending. Together, these elements create a harmony that is as poetic as it is physical. When we look up at the night sky, our eyes catch the faint glow of our own galaxy, the Milky Way. Though we cannot see every star individually, we sense the gentle swirl, the calm rotation, the silent dance of billions of suns. It is a humbling reminder that spin is everywhere, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, and that the universe moves in rhythms we are only beginning to understand. We too are part of this cosmic spin. Every atom in our bodies, every heartbeat, every breath, exists within a galaxy that rotates silently around its center. The motion of stars, planets, and dark matter is mirrored within us in subtle ways. In cycles, in rhythms, in spirals found in shells, flowers, and even the patterns of our DNA. The galaxy's dance is reflected in life itself. So, the next time you gaze upon a photograph of a spiral galaxy, or glimpse the faint glow of the Milky Way stretching across the night sky, remember this: every star is moving, every orbit matters, and every motion contributes to the grand, harmonious spin. The beauty of the spiral is not just in its form, but in its motion, a quiet, enduring waltz that has lasted billions of years and will continue for billions more. The hidden conductor of dark matter, the spinning black hole, the orbiting stars, all combine to create a rhythm that is invisible yet undeniable. The spiral galaxy teaches us that even in vastness, motion is orchestrated, purposeful, and continuous. Everything in the universe spins, and the spiral galaxy is one of its most magnificent, calming expressions. Spin is more than movement. It is connection, memory, and harmony. And in the gentle twirl of billions of stars, we can glimpse the quiet, endless heartbeat of the cosmos. Spin isn't chaos, it's rhythm. Have you noticed how patterns repeat, both above and below, in ways that feel familiar yet mysterious? Tonight, we listen to the quiet music of motion, tracing the connections between the vast rotations of the cosmos and the subtle whirls of life on Earth. All around us, motion is a secret language. It speaks in spirals, circles, and rotations, from the stars that orbit galaxies to the water swirling in a stream. The universe, vast and immeasurable, is not a chaotic jumble of particles and forces. It is a symphony, with every spin contributing to the melody. Consider a hurricane seen from high above Earth. Its swirling arms stretch for hundreds of miles, tracing a powerful spiral. Within that spiral, air, water, and energy move in unison, obeying the same laws of angular momentum that govern the rotation of planets and stars. The storm is temporary, yet it echoes the same cosmic principles that shape galaxies. The micro mirrors the macro. Spin manifests in countless forms on Earth as well. Tornadoes twist in fierce, focused spirals, while whirlpools and rivers turn water in calm, circular patterns. Even a drop of water swirling down a sink carries the signature of rotation. From the smallest whirl to the mightiest storm, motion obeys rhythm. It does not happen by chance. It is inherited from the universe itself, a principle written into the very fabric of reality. Picture standing on a quiet hill as a gentle breeze flows across your skin. You watch leaves spiral downward, each following its own path yet responding to the invisible currents around it. The river curves gently below, forming subtle eddies and whirlpools. You can feel the motion, the rhythm of spin, extending from the Earth to the atmosphere, from the tiniest atom to the widest galaxy. All of it is connected. Even at microscopic scales, motion persists. Electrons rotate around nuclei, molecules twist into double helices, and chemical reactions unfold through the dance of spinning atoms. Life itself, in its intricacy and delicacy, depends on this rhythm. Proteins fold, DNA spirals, and cells divide, all guided by invisible whirls that have existed since the universe was young. Spin is the bridge between matter, life, and the cosmos. If the universe is a symphony, then each rotation is a note, each spiral a chord. The stars, planets, storms, rivers, and atoms are instruments playing in harmony, whether we notice them or not. Even the slow rotation of Earth, the rise and fall of tides, the turning of seasons, all are part of this hidden music. And you, quietly breathing in the night, are part of it too. There is a calm intelligence to this motion. Angular momentum preserves itself. Nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. Energy continues its journey, shaping new patterns while echoing old ones. A galaxy spins, a planet spins, an atom spins, and somehow, all the spins are connected in a cosmic rhythm that defies scale. The rules are simple, yet the outcome is endlessly beautiful. Imagine an orchestra performing without a conductor, yet every musician follows the same pulse instinctively. Violins, drums, flutes, and horns all respond to a hidden rhythm, creating a melody that is complete and harmonious. This is the universe. Every particle, every planet, every star dances according to the laws of motion. The conductor is unseen, yet the music flows perfectly, echoing through time and space. Even the smallest human experiences mirror this rhythm. When you walk, your legs swing in gentle arcs. Your heart pulses, a steady beat that aligns with your breath. Inside your cells, molecules rotate and fold, energy flows, and life continues. These motions, subtle and unobserved, are part of the same universal symphony as the spiraling galaxies above. Spin connects you to the cosmos, linking your body, your planet, and the stars. Think of it this way. From the invisible spins inside atoms to the vast rotation of spiral galaxies, a single principle governs them all. Motion preserves itself. Rhythm guides it. Energy flows through circles and spirals, manifesting in forms both violent and serene. Every rotation, no matter the scale, contributes to the hidden music of the universe. Even the quietest moments carry this rhythm. The drift of clouds across the sky, the swaying of branches in the wind, the rise and fall of the tide, these are subtle echoes of cosmic motion. And when you sit in stillness, breathing gently, you too are aligned with this universal rhythm. The hidden symphony of spin surrounds you, moves through you, and continues endlessly. So, the next time you watch a river spiral, see a tornado twist, or gaze at a spinning galaxy, remember this: all motion is connected. The hidden symphony of spin flows through every level of existence, from the tiniest electron to the largest star cluster. The universe is alive with rhythm, and every spin contributes to its melody. You, quietly breathing in the night, are part of this song. The patterns that govern hurricanes and galaxies, atoms and oceans, also flow through your body and your life. Spin is not just motion, it is harmony, continuity, and connection. The universe is a symphony, and you are a note, perfectly in tune with the eternal music of motion. Spin is everywhere. Motion is everywhere. And the hidden symphony, once revealed, invites you to rest, to reflect, and to feel the calm, endless rhythm of the cosmos around you. What if the universe spins within us too? Have you ever noticed the spirals of a seashell, the swirl of water in a cup, or the gentle curl of your own hair? Tonight, we explore the intimate ways the cosmic rhythm reflects in our lives, in nature, and within our very bodies. Spin is not just something that happens in distant galaxies or stars long dead. It lives here, around us and inside us, in the patterns and forms of life. The spirals we admire in nature, the curling fronds of ferns, the shell of a nautilus, the hurricane clouds above oceans, all echo the same principles of motion that govern the cosmos. It is as if the universe whispers its design in every curve and rotation we see. Look closely at DNA, the molecule that carries the blueprint of life. Its iconic double helix twists elegantly, a perfect spiral staircase of information. Inside every cell, atoms spin, molecules rotate, and chemical reactions unfold in tiny dances, invisible yet essential. These motions are tiny reflections of the larger motions of planets, stars, and galaxies. The rhythms within our bodies mirror the rhythms outside, connecting microcosm to macrocosm. Even our hearts move in subtle spirals. Blood circulates in looping paths through arteries and veins, guided by the push of our pulse and the force of gravity. Our lungs expand and contract, drawing air in gentle cycles, spinning oxygen through our bloodstream. In every breath, every heartbeat, every movement, we participate in the eternal waltz of motion that began with the birth of the universe. Imagine lying quietly on soft grass at night, gazing up at the stars. You feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the subtle warmth of your body, and the calm beat of your heart. Somewhere beyond, billions of stars rotate in distant galaxies, and yet within you, similar spirals and rotations echo the cosmic dance. The universe is reflected in the tiniest spaces of your body, in your own internal rhythms, in your very existence. Nature all around us follows the same principles. Tornadoes curl in spirals, water forms whirlpools and eddies, and storms trace elegant arcs across continents. Even the trees, as they grow, twist and turn subtly, following forces they cannot see. Everything in life, from the smallest drop of water to the tallest mountain, obeys the hidden rhythm of spin. Life itself seems designed to follow the gentle curve of motion. Spin is the universe's signature, and we carry it with us. In the swirl of your hair, the spiral of your fingerprints, the coiling of vines, and the shells on the beach, we see the same pattern repeated over and over. It is a quiet reminder that the cosmos is not separate from us. It is written in our bodies, in the world we inhabit, and in the very air we breathe. Even our thoughts and emotions follow subtle rhythms. The rise and fall of inspiration, the cycle of wakefulness and sleep, the gentle spinning of our mind's attention, these too are reflections of cosmic motion. The rhythm of the universe is not only physical, it is emotional, spiritual, and deeply personal. The same principles that guide galaxies guide our own lives, connecting us to something far greater than ourselves. Picture yourself spinning slowly in a calm, dark room, arms outstretched. You feel the motion, the gentle arc, the soft centrifugal pull. Now imagine that every particle in your body participates in this same rotation, from the electrons in your atoms to the molecules in your cells. You are a miniature universe, dancing to the same music that moves stars, planets, and galaxies. The motion is eternal, and you are part of it. Our connection to spin extends beyond our own bodies. The water that flows through rivers, the wind that sweeps across hills, and the tides that rise and fall all carry the same rhythms we feel internally. The earth itself spins, aligning our days and nights, our seasons, and even the subtle cycles of our sleep. We live inside the same rotation that began with the first breath of the universe, and we are participants in its quiet, graceful dance. Every spiral, every rotation, every gentle turn is a reminder of our place in the cosmos. From the atoms that compose us to the galaxies we admire from afar, spin is a shared language. It connects us, unites us, and offers comfort, that even in the smallest motions of daily life, we are part of something vast, beautiful, and enduring. So, as you breathe tonight, feel the spirals within you. Sense the motion of your heart, the curling of your thoughts, the gentle rotations of your mind and body. Remember that these motions mirror the vast spins of galaxies, the dance of stars, and the rotation of planets. You are not separate from the universe. You are its miniature echo, a living reflection of the cosmic rhythm. Spin is life. It flows through galaxies, through atoms, through oceans and storms, and through the pulse of your own being. By feeling it, by noticing it, you connect to the eternal movement of everything. You are part of the universe's dance, its endless, gentle waltz. And in this connection, there is calm, wonder, and the quiet certainty that we are never alone. Tonight, let yourself drift in that rhythm. Let the knowledge of cosmic motion soothe you. Feel your own rotation, your own spirals, and know that you are connected to all that spins, from the tiniest particle to the farthest star. You are part of the hidden, beautiful, and eternal pattern of the universe. Long before physics, poets and thinkers already understood the dance of the universe. Have you ever wondered how humans first tried to make sense of the spirals of the stars, the turning of planets, and the endless rhythm of life? Tonight, we step into the minds of those who saw the world as a circle, a spiral, a gentle turning. Centuries before telescopes or equations, humans gazed at the night sky and felt a quiet awe. They noticed patterns, the rise and fall of the sun, the waxing and waning of the moon, the way the stars seemed to circle endlessly. For them, motion was not a problem to solve, it was a story to tell, a mystery to feel, a rhythm to follow. In ancient Persia, astronomers charted the stars with careful hands, tracing their arcs across the heavens. They noticed the cyclical nature of time and the harmony in the movements of celestial bodies. The idea of spin, though unspoken in the modern sense, was present in their understanding of the cosmos. Everything moves in patterns, everything has a rhythm, everything dances. Greek philosophers, too, reflected on these patterns. They imagined the universe as a grand wheel, turning with precision and purpose. Pythagoras spoke of the music of the spheres, the concept that celestial bodies move in harmonious proportions, creating a cosmic melody that humans could sense if only they listened. Motion, in their eyes, was poetry, a bridge between mathematics, beauty, and life itself. Imagine standing under a dark sky, far from city lights. You see the stars trace their slow arcs across the heavens. Ancient observers felt the same wonder, a gentle recognition that everything moves in a dance. They noticed the spirals of galaxies before they had names for them, the whirls of the Milky Way stretching across the night, the slow turning of the planets as if choreographed by an unseen hand. They were philosophers of motion, sensing what science would later quantify. In the heart of Sufi mysticism, the idea of motion becomes even more intimate. The spinning dervishes of Rumi's teachings twirl endlessly in meditation, arms extended, eyes lifted, feet spinning in a measured rhythm. Their dance is both symbolic and literal, a reflection of the soul's orbit around truth, the body mirroring the universe's gentle rotation. To watch them is to see motion become meditation, motion become understanding. The body and cosmos, in their spinning, echo one another. Persian poets, too, found metaphors in motion. They wrote of stars that circle endlessly, of rivers that bend and twist, of the winds that turn the petals of flowers. The spiral became a symbol of life, of growth, of eternity. Motion, for them, was not merely physical. It was spiritual, emotional, and deeply human. The rhythms of the universe resonated in poetry, in music, and in the quiet patterns of daily life. The ancients recognized something we sometimes forget, that everything moves in circles and spirals, and that this movement carries meaning. They saw the echoes of motion in nature, in our bodies, and in the heavens. Their observations remind us that spin is more than physics. It is a language, a story, a rhythm that connects us to the cosmos. The beauty of their insight is that it bridges time. Even as we now calculate orbits, angular momentum, and gravitational pull, we can still feel the same wonder they did. The laws they sensed in the sky, the rhythm they saw in the stars, and the dance they felt within themselves are the very laws we study today. The universe has always moved in harmony. Humans have always noticed, in both science and poetry. Picture a spinning dervish on a quiet night, her arms outstretched, turning with grace. Around her, the world seems still, yet within and without, motion flows. The stars circle above, the earth turns slowly beneath her feet, and inside, her heart beats in rhythm with the eternal spiral. The dervish embodies what ancient thinkers understood intuitively, that the microcosm and macrocosm are connected through spin, that motion is sacred, and that to follow the spiral is to follow life itself. Motion is teaching, even today. When we watch the planets, when we trace the Milky Way across the sky, when we notice the spiral in a shell or a flower, we are continuing the work of philosophers, astronomers, poets, and mystics. We are listening to the same music of the spheres they heard, feeling the same rhythms, and connecting to the same eternal patterns. Their insights remind us that the universe is not random. It is choreographed, it is poetic, it is alive. Spin is both scientific and spiritual, cosmic and personal. Every pattern we see, from the arcs of galaxies to the curl of a fingerprint, is a reflection of the ancient understanding that motion is harmony. We move within this rhythm, and in noticing it, we find calm, wonder, and a quiet connection to the endless rotations of time and space. So tonight, as you lie still, consider the philosophers of motion who came before us. Feel the quiet turning of your body, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the slow orbit of thought around your mind. Know that these motions mirror the dance of stars, the spirals of galaxies, and the rotations of planets. Spin is timeless. It is a thread that connects all beings, all times, and all spaces. The philosophers, poets, and mystics of the past sensed it without instruments, without numbers, yet with the same clarity we can appreciate today. Their wisdom whispers through the ages. Motion is beauty, motion is harmony, motion is life. And so, in the stillness of the night, we too can twirl gently within the rhythm of the universe, a living echo of the cosmic dance that has inspired humans for millennia. Spin is not only in the stars, it is in us, in the poet's words, in the dervish's dance, and in the quiet heart of everything that moves. In every motion, there is a center. Have you ever watched a spinning top or observed the swirl of water in a quiet stream and noticed how, despite all the movement around it, there is a calm point at the heart of the turn? Tonight, we explore that hidden stillness at the center of all motion, the quiet anchor in the dance of the universe. Everywhere you look, the world is in motion. Stars orbit in their galaxies, planets spin on invisible axes, and storms twist across oceans. Even within us, blood flows, atoms rotate, and thoughts spiral endlessly. Yet within all this movement, there is a still point, a quiet center around which everything revolves. Consider a spinning galaxy. From afar, it appears to whirl with boundless energy. Stars trace graceful arcs in luminous spirals, nebulae drift in soft clouds, and planets orbit countless suns. And yet, at the heart of this cosmic dance, there is a dense, silent nucleus. A black hole may lie at its center, still and calm, commanding the spins around it not through motion but through presence. Everything revolves around it, yet it remains unmoved, a paradox of calm amid chaos. Even on Earth, we see this principle repeated. A whirlpool forms as water twists and curves, creating a spiral of motion. At the very center, a quiet calm exists. a point where the water is nearly still, unaffected by the swirling currents around it. Every tornado, every hurricane, every river bend follows the same pattern, spinning outward from a still heart. Motion and calm coexist, each defining the other. Imagine standing in a quiet meadow at dusk. The wind stirs the grasses around you in gentle arcs, the branches sway, and clouds drift in spirals across the sky. You notice a moment of stillness in the world, a soft pause in the motion, a center that is untouched, calm, and serene. It is as if nature itself has chosen a point of rest within all the turning, reminding us that movement does not need to erase tranquility. Even within our own bodies, the principle of the still center exists. When you breathe, your chest rises and falls in rhythm, yet the core of your being remains calm. Thoughts may swirl, emotions may churn, but there is a part of you, deep within, that is steady, watching, and aware. In meditation, this still point becomes a place of refuge, a center that holds the whirl of life gently in balance. Philosophers and mystics have long sensed this truth. In the spinning dances of dervishes, there is a center around which the body turns. Their arms extend, their eyes gaze softly, and yet their soul remains anchored in stillness. The movement around them flows endlessly, but the core of consciousness does not waver. It is a mirror of the universe itself, motion encircling a quiet heart. The still point is not absence of movement, it is the anchor that allows motion to exist. Without it, spirals would unravel, rivers would scatter, and galaxies would lose their shape. Calm and motion are inseparable companions. The still center gives rhythm to the spins and harmony to the turns. It is the quiet whisper amid the music of the cosmos. This principle can also be felt emotionally. When life swirls with responsibilities, changes, and challenges, there is a part of your mind that can remain grounded. It observes without judgment, allows motion without resistance, and finds serenity amid the inevitable spins of circumstance. This inner stillness mirrors the cosmic still points we see in nature: the eye of a storm, the heart of a whirlpool, the nucleus of a galaxy. Imagine a dancer spinning in a grand hall. Her arms stretch outward, her skirt flares in circles, her feet trace intricate patterns on the floor. Yet her core remains still, her balance intact. The floor beneath her, the walls around her, and the music flowing through the hall all move, all turn, yet she is anchored. That center is both a part of her and apart from her, a stillness that makes the dance possible. So it is with the universe. Motion exists because there is stillness at its heart. The same can be said for your thoughts and breath. Close your eyes and notice the inhale and exhale. Observe how the mind wanders and spirals, yet there is a quiet point that witnesses the flow without disturbance. That is your still point, a calm that echoes the calm at the heart of every turning galaxy, every flowing river, every spinning atom. It is a reminder that motion and stillness are partners, and that peace exists even within constant change. In every corner of existence, the same pattern appears: spins around centers, swirls around anchors, movement embracing calm. From the smallest atoms to the vast rotations of the universe, the still point exists. It is invisible, yet essential. It is silent, yet powerful. It is the center of turning worlds, the calm in storms, the heart of every rhythm. So, tonight, as you drift toward sleep, find your own still point. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breathing, the quiet core within, and know that you are aligned with the universe. Just as galaxies spin around silent centers, just as whirlpools twirl around a calm heart, your life, your mind, and your being have a core that remains steady. Motion continues around you, yet you can rest within your stillness. Spin is everywhere, yet stillness is always at its center. The universe teaches us that movement does not destroy calm, it is balanced by it, held in harmony with it. By noticing the still point, we connect to the deeper rhythm of existence, and we learn that peace can exist amid motion, that calm can persist in the turning world, and that the heart of everything spinning is, quietly, at rest. Tonight, let yourself rest in that stillness. Let the motion of stars, planets, and galaxies circle softly around your awareness. Feel anchored, feel calm, and feel connected to the eternal still point at the heart of all things. Will the spinning ever stop? Have you ever gazed at the night sky and wondered if the motions of planets, stars, and galaxies might one day come to rest? Tonight, we drift through time and space to imagine the eternal waltz of the universe and the gentle certainty that motion, in some form, always continues. From the first whisper of motion at the birth of the universe to the slow rotations of planets today, everything has been turning. Stars spin, planets rotate, galaxies twirl in magnificent spirals, and even the tiniest particles rotate endlessly in ways too small for our eyes to see. This cosmic ballet seems eternal, yet curiosity lingers. What will happen when all motion finally reaches its limit? Scientists speak softly of possibilities. The universe could expand forever, slowly growing colder, dimmer, and quieter. In time, galaxies may drift apart, stars may exhaust their fuel, and the spin of countless celestial bodies may diminish. Even the vast rotations that have carried light across billions of years may fade into stillness. It is a gentle and distant thought, one that humbles us as we remember the delicate rhythm that sustains everything we know. Yet even as we imagine this eventual quiet, the universe continues to turn. Neutron stars spin at dizzying speeds, black holes whirl with unseen power, and galaxies maintain their slow, majestic arcs. Motion persists at every scale, in every corner, weaving the fabric of reality. There is continuity in this movement, a persistent reminder that the dance has no true end while energy remains. Picture a spiral galaxy in the darkness of space. Its billions of stars rotate gracefully around the luminous core. Time stretches across eons, and yet the motion never ceases. Stars born in the outer edges travel in silent arcs, circling the center with patient rhythm. Even if we cannot see each tiny orbit, each small rotation contributes to the endless story of the galaxy's dance. The universe, it seems, cannot help but turn. Closer to home, we see echoes of this endless motion. The Earth spins steadily on its axis, giving us night and day, sunrise and sunset. The oceans move in tides, rivers flow in loops and eddies, and even the wind carves gentle spirals through the sky. Our own movements, walking, breathing, dreaming, reflect the same eternal rhythm. Life itself is a microcosm of the universe's turning, a small, intimate echo of the grander cosmic dance. Spin is woven into the very essence of existence. It is in the spiral of a seashell, the curve of a vine, the twirl of a dancer's skirt, and the orbit of a distant planet. Even as stars burn out and galaxies drift apart, motion persists somewhere, in some form. The universe reminds us that change and continuity are inseparable, that endings are gentle transitions, and that the dance always finds a way to continue. Ancient thinkers might have called it the eternal wheel, a circle without beginning or end. Poets imagine spirals stretching infinitely, each turn reflecting the last. Mystics felt it in meditation and in the quiet turning of the body during sacred dances. The eternal spin is not just a physical phenomenon. It is a pattern of life, consciousness, and meaning. It teaches patience, awe, and humility, as we recognize ourselves in the motion of all things. Imagine a leaf caught in a slow whirlpool, spiraling gently as the water moves around it. The leaf does not resist, it does not rush, it flows with the motion, perfectly attuned to the current. So it is with the universe, and so it is with us. We are participants in an endless turn, moving with the rhythm of creation itself. Each breath, each thought, each heartbeat is part of a rotation that began long before us and will continue long after. Even as you lie quietly tonight, notice the gentle spin within yourself. Your blood moves in circles, your cells rotate in subtle rhythms, and your mind flows in spirals of thought. You are both observer and participant, reflecting the eternal motion that carries stars, planets, and galaxies. The endless turn is not distant, it is intimate, familiar, and alive within you. Perhaps the universe will one day reach a state of stillness, a quiet so profound that motion seems to pause. But until that time, the dance continues. Even in the smallest particles, even in the dimmest stars, movement persists. Spin is life. Motion is connection. Rotation is a language spoken across the cosmos, from the largest galaxies to the tiniest atoms, and now, within the rhythm of your own being. So, tonight, let yourself rest in the endless turn. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, the quiet rotations within your body, the pulse of life that mirrors the spinning stars. Know that you are part of this eternal dance, a participant in a story that began with the first motion of the universe and will continue through time unending. Spin is not just matter in motion, it is a melody of existence. The galaxies will twirl, the planets will rotate, and life will move, and within it all, you are entwined. The endless turn carries beauty, continuity, and a quiet sense of belonging. Even when we close our eyes, even as the night deepens and the world grows still, the universe continues to spin, and we are part of its gentle, infinite dance. Tonight, let your thoughts drift like planets in orbit, let your dreams follow the spirals of stars, and let yourself be lulled by the calm certainty that motion never truly ends. Everything spins, from atoms to galaxies, from your own heartbeat to the edges of the cosmos, and in that spinning, there is peace, wonder, and the quiet comfort of being part of something infinitely larger than ourselves. Even now, as you drift toward sleep, the universe continues its gentle rotations. Have you ever noticed how your own breath, your heartbeat, and even your thoughts move in quiet, repeating patterns? Tonight, we listen to the whisper of continuity, the soft, endless rhythm that threads through the cosmos and flows within each of us. The universe has been spinning for longer than we can imagine. Galaxies turn, stars orbit, planets rotate, and atoms spin in silent harmony. From the first breath of creation to the present moment, motion has flowed without pause. Yet amidst this ceaseless activity, there is a continuity that binds all things together. A subtle, invisible thread linking the vast cosmos to the gentle rhythm of our own lives. Close your eyes and picture the Milky Way stretching across the night sky. Each star follows a path, tracing delicate arcs through space and time. Their motion is slow, majestic, inevitable. And yet, the spiral of the galaxy mirrors something intimate. The rising and falling of your chest as you breathe, the gentle pulsing of blood through your veins, the quiet circling of thoughts in your mind. The macrocosm and microcosm are entwined, both turning, both flowing, both participating in the same cosmic rhythm. Even the smallest particles of matter join in this universal dance. Electrons twist around atomic nuclei, spinning in ways that are invisible but essential. Molecules vibrate, proteins fold, and life itself depends on these ceaseless motions. The universe whispers to us through this subtle choreography. Everything is connected, and all motion is part of a larger story. Imagine standing in a quiet forest at twilight. The wind stirs the leaves, a river hums softly as it bends and flows, and fireflies trace tiny spirals in the air. Everything moves, yet nothing is rushed. There is a rhythm, a gentle cadence, a continuity that brings calm and wonder. The trees, the water, the stars above, and the tiny creatures below all follow patterns written into the fabric of existence. And within this calm, your own breathing, your own heartbeat, is perfectly in sync with the universe's gentle pulse. Philosophers and poets have long recognized this harmony. They saw life as a reflection of cosmic motion, and motion as a reflection of life. Sufi mystics described the spiraling turns of the soul around truth, dancers twirling to mirror the universe's rotations. Ancient thinkers noticed the repeating patterns of nature, the cycles of the moon, the tides, the seasons, and found solace in the consistency of motion. There is comfort in knowing that even as the world spins, there is a gentle order guiding the turns, a quiet thread of continuity running through all things. Tonight, let yourself follow that thread. Feel your body aligned with the rhythms of the cosmos. Notice how your thoughts and breaths move in spirals, like galaxies or whirlpools, gentle and inevitable. You are part of the story of the universe, small, yet intimately connected to everything that has turned before you, everything that spins now, and everything that will turn in the future. Even as the night deepens and darkness stretches across the earth, motion continues. Stars shimmer softly in the distance, their light tracing slow arcs that have traveled millions of years to reach you. Your body moves in silent patterns as you settle into sleep, and the universe turns on, quietly, endlessly. Each rotation, each orbit, each spiral, is part of a larger harmony, a reminder that continuity exists in all things, even when we cannot see it. Picture a river flowing over smooth stones. It twists and curves, spirals and eddies, and yet there is a gentle continuity in its path. The water may tumble over obstacles, but it never stops moving. So it is with the universe. Motion continues through time, from the largest galaxies to the tiniest atoms, from stars to trees to your own heartbeat. And like the river, the universe's flow carries life, light, and the quiet reassurance that continuity is everywhere. Your own experience mirrors this cosmic rhythm. As you lie in bed, your breaths flow like the tides, your thoughts move like spiraling galaxies, your dreams circle and turn with gentle inevitability. You are part of the universe's turning, and the universe is part of you. The spiral of existence flows in and around you, a quiet echo of the endless rotations of stars, planets, and atoms. Continuity is the secret of the cosmos. It is why motion persists, why patterns repeat, why life flows in cycles. Even when we feel small, even when the night feels vast and silent, we are connected to a rhythm that has existed for eons. We are carried by it, cradled within it, and held by its quiet, infinite pulse. The universe spins, and within that spin, we find harmony. So tonight, as you drift deeper into sleep, feel yourself aligned with the endless turn. Let your heartbeat echo the slow rotations of planets. Let your breath mirror the gentle spinning of galaxies. Let your dreams trace the invisible threads that connect the cosmos to your quiet mind. You are part of a story that began long before you, a story of motion, rhythm, and connection that will continue long after. The universe whispers to you through its turns and spirals. You are not separate, you are not lost, you are part of everything that spins. From the tiniest atom to the grandest galaxy, from your breath to your heartbeat, continuity threads all things together. In that thread, there is calm, there is wonder, there is belonging. And tonight, You rest within it. Feel the gentle rotations of life, the subtle arcs of existence, and the soft, infinite spin that connects you to all things. Let yourself drift in that cosmic rhythm, where every turn carries you closer to peace, every spiral carries you closer to wonder, and every heartbeat carries you closer to the quiet joy of being part of the universe's eternal dance. The whisper of continuity surrounds you. It turns, it flows, it hums softly through all things. You are both participant and witness. You are motion and stillness. You are part of the endless spin, and within it, you are home. So, what do you think? If everything in the universe spins, from the tiniest atom to the grandest galaxy, what does that tell us about ourselves? Do you feel motion is chaos, or a quiet, hidden harmony? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below. Your reflections help shape the next journey we take together through time, space, and wonder. If you enjoyed drifting with me through this quiet corner of the cosmos, you can explore my channel for more soft, calming journeys, gentle stories of science, history, and the hidden rhythms of the universe. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell, so you won't miss the next night's voyage into the stars. Until then, may your thoughts spin gently, and your dreams float in orbit with the universe.